Hi, a film I watched recently that I was recommended towards by my Podnose colleagues over at the Sitcom Club is Mr. Horatio Knibbles, a film produced by the Children's Film Foundation that for many years produced short or mid-length features to be shown as part of children's programs at cinemas and Saturday morning pictures. Mr. Horatio Knibbles is effectively a kind of remake of the story of Harvey, which is about a uh, local friendly drunk who claims that his best friend is an invisible 6 foot tall white rabbit that only he can see and hear. And the story follows the attempts by his family to try and commit him because he must obviously be crazy. Except he's so passionate and so eloquent in his defense of his own condition and in the existence of Harvey that he eventually persuades people to leave him alone. The original film ending with the twist that maybe Harvey is actually real after all. Mr. Horatio Nibbles starts from the premise that, of course, this giant 6 foot tall rabbit, fully dressed, is real and becomes best friends with a young girl and proceeds to wreak a variety of havoc around a small farmhouse. The Children's Film Foundation productions were generally short, running under an hour, and made on a tight budget, usually entirely on location. And I must say that in comparison to some of the other CFF films that I've watched in the last year or so, like Glitterball or Sammy's Super T-shirt, both of which I have very fond memories of from when I was a child, I found Mr. Horatio Nibbles somewhat wanting. Um, we do have David Lodge as a policeman, as befitting all the British films of the time. And at the end of the story, Mr. Horatio Nibbles does become visible to everyone in the story before immediately leaving. Supposedly, the main character is in some way frightening or unsettling because of his appearance. And I must say that his face does look like a large, hairy skull. Um, but his demeanour and his behaviour is so friendly and kindly that it's very hard to find him, I think, too unnerving, even today in these days of hauntology. So overall, I would say that this is not one of the most rewatchable of Children's Film Foundation productions. It's interesting, and it certainly has its place in history, thanks to those in whose memory it has become embedded, but probably not in mine.